Welcome back, guys. This is Nextapprage. Just want to make this quick video. Some of you guys were complaining, or I don't know, just kind of conflicting about my last video where I showed the battery usage on the device, and I showed the screen on time that I had a total of close to 7 hours of screen on time. You guys were saying that that wasn't a fair test because I only had my screen brightness up to 15% or less, and you're saying, oh, well, I didn't use my device and all this stuff. Well, I did use my device. I used it pretty heavily, I would say. Just because I wasn't watching, movies for like 3-4 hours straight at a time doesn't mean I wasn't using my phone, doesn't mean I wasn't using the device itself. So with that said, I did do a retest. Instead of doing 15% like I did last time, which to me that was comfortable viewing the screen at 15%, but just to prove a point, I turned the brightness up to 50%. So the screen brightness is at 50% now, and I went through about let's see, let's go to battery. So I got 14% left right now. I got 2 hours remaining. I went through 20 hours on the battery already at 50% brightness. To me, I think that's really good. That's pretty good. And I can show you guys the graph here. So as you can see, when I unplug the device, you can see where it's flatlining at 100. That's because I went to bed. I didn't use the phone when I was asleep, and so that's really good that Doze is working. It's working with no problems. It has no problems putting the device to sleep and not using any battery percentage at all. And then when we get to the 15-hour mark, you can see where I started to use the device, and the battery percentage went down. And then you can see where it's just flat again, where I barely use the device. And then you can see where some more usage started happening on the device. It goes down from there until it finally hits 30%, and then we get to where we are now. Okay, and now I will show you guys the percentages of battery usage details. So we have 20%, 25% of screen on time. We have 16% of phone idle. As you can see, I did not leave my phone sit. I used my device. I didn't let it sit for like 20 hours, as you guys seem to think that some people think that I did. But no, that's not the case. I didn't do that. 12% of social media. Android system is 8%. Android OS is 6%. Wi-Fi is 5%. YouTube 2%. Chrome 1%. 1% for everything else you can see here. So let's go back to screen. So the screen, we have a total of 4 hours and 38 minutes of screen on time, with a total of 791 milliamps of battery usage so far. I think that is pretty damn good. I mean, you guys seem to think what you want to think, but I think that's pretty good. You can see here we have 50% of brightness. It's not on auto. It is not on comfortable view. Auto rotate screen timeout at 2 minutes. I don't have screensaver clock is on mini view. I don't have knock on. I don't have display size change to anything, but just the lowest of the screen sizes. I like the smaller size. I don't like the big size there. But anywho, yeah, everything is pretty much good as it can be. I'm pretty much loving the battery life on this device. I think it is a real winner. I think that the battery percentage overall, the way the phone manages power, I think is really awesome and superior. I also think that the display is super, super bright, and that even at 15% brightness, like I was saying, indoors, that's fine. That's all you need. You don't need 50% brightness. You don't need 100% brightness. And just to be fair, I did do a test with 100% brightness, and the results that I got was not very good. But that's on 100% brightness. What are you going to expect, you know? I think I only pushed like maybe 2.5 hours of on-screen time with 100% brightness. But that's 100% brightness. I mean, you tell me what phone at 100% brightness can get more than 3 hours of on-screen time. If a phone can do that, that's great. That's awesome. But you know what? At the end of the day, I don't need a phone that's that bright. If I'm outside, sure, maybe I want more brightness than 20%. Then I'll just turn auto brightness on and then I'll be fine, right? You know, when I'm outside, it can auto brightness to what it needs to be. But as far as that goes, when I'm inside, it's just fine at 15%. So for me, that's comfortable viewing, and I think this LCD panel on this device is really awesome. It's a good display. It has nothing going wrong with it. It's very clear. The colors are bright and vibrant. Everything else is really good with this phone. So with that said, this is Nextapp, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So please rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. So peace out.